Well, as we previously discussed, the United Auto Workers Union has endorsed President Joe Biden, and since the announcement of that endorsement, UAW President Sean Fain has been appearing in the media and powerfully articulating why he's standing behind Joe Biden in this upcoming election and against Donald Trump, and contrasting the pro-labor, pro-union record of Joe Biden with the anti-worker, anti-union record of Donald Trump. And that contrast is perfectly portrayed by the two videos I have up on screen on either side of me. On my left, Joe Biden becoming one of, if not the only president in American history to go join the picket line with union workers. And this was, of course, during UAW's historic strike. And on my right, Trump speaking at a non-union factory, pretending like it was a union factory and bashing the union leaders. Pretty wild moment a few months ago. But as I said, Sean Fain has been speaking out against Trump and for Biden pretty powerfully since this announcement. And now Trump is expectedly very, very angry. So he lashed out on Truth Social as he does. Then Fain had a chance to respond to Trump's attacks on CNN, and it was wonderful. Before showing you that moment, let me just play a moment from Fain's endorsement speech that very much got under Trump's skin.
Donald Trump is a scab. Donald Trump is a billionaire, and that's who he represents.
So sensitive snowflake Trump was obviously very upset about that. He lashed out at Sean Fain on Truth Social. You'll see those messages read to Fain by Aaron Burnett, and then Fain's response here.
New tonight, Trump's latest target, the president of the United Auto Workers, the target of two verbal assaults within hours of each other from the former president. Trump posting today in part, quote, Sean Fain is a weapon of mass destruction on auto workers and the automobile manufacturing industry in the United States. All auto workers should, all caps, vote for Trump. Just hours earlier, Trump bashed Fain by saying this: he's a real, all caps, stiff, who is selling the automobile industry right into the big, powerful hands of China. Get rid of this dope and vote for DJT. Sean Fain is out front now. So, Sean, Donald Trump says you are a weapon of mass destruction, that you are a stiff, and that you are a dope, said all those things today. What do you even, how do you even respond to that?
Well, thanks for having me, Aaron. First off, the weapon of mass destruction against the automotive industry has been two words: corporate greed. This is Trump. Trump always resorts to name calling because the facts are very clear, and he doesn't want to talk about the truth. He talks about what, during his presidency, the phrase came out, alternative facts, or what we all call lies. He wants to make this election about anything but real issues. And this isn't about me or Donald Trump. I don't care what Donald Trump says about me. I don't care what he thinks about me. I care about facts. And the facts are very clear for the large majority of Americans. The working class people have been left behind by Trump's billionaire class, the billionaire buddies, and the economy that only works for the wealthy. And, you look, 1970, I read this the other day from the Economic Policy Institute.
Yep. From
1979 to 2022, the top 0.1% of wage earners, wages increased 344%. The bottom 90% increased 32%. So this is an economy that Trump dreams of. This is what he wants. He doesn't give a damn about working class people. And that's what this is all about.
So I love the way he decided to respond, bringing it back to the issues. Briefly respond to Trump's childish attacks, and then make sure to lay out the important motivating factors that underline the advocacy. Now, I will say, when I originally watched the clip, I was reminded of the absurdity of Trump's outreach to unions. It's essentially, hey, vote for Trump. You should endorse me. I remember at that bizarre speech that I previously mentioned where Trump showed up to a non-union factory again, but had people holding up like unions for Trump signs or something, and just rambled on and on about how your leaders need to endorse Trump. You got to support Trump. And really the only substantive argument he made was electric cars will hurt unions, and I'm against electric cars. But as Sean Fain has mentioned, electric cars, if we transition to them correctly and fight for workers in the process, as Biden and Fain are doing don't have to hurt auto workers at all. Instead of fighting an inevitable transition, let's be on the cutting edge so that American workers have the good paying union jobs in the industry. And you saw it again there in Trump's True Social post. His argument was, Sean Fain sucks, vote for Trump. And why he does that weird thing where he speaks in the third person, I don't know. But that's one of the things I find so strange about Trump. Obviously, he's a narcissist, but he can't even fake it. He can't even fake caring about workers for a couple True Social posts. My goodness. Or have someone else fake it for. Can you write something that seems genuine, like I care? Not just, it's about me and vote for me. And probably because he has no idea what he'd even say that would be substantive, that would resonate with these workers. Well, I'll let Biden show him how it's done. Here he was on the picket line.
The fact of the matter is that you guys, the UAW, you saved the automobile industry back in 2008 and before. Made a lot of sacrifices. Gave up a lot, and the companies were in trouble. But now they're doing incredibly well. And guess what? You should be doing incredibly well too. You've heard me say it many times. Wall Street didn't build the country. The middle class built the country. Unions built the middle class. That's a fact. So let's keep going. You deserve what you've earned, and you've earned a hell of a lot more than you're getting paid now. Thank you very much.
So for Biden, it's not, folks, tell your union, I can't do a Biden. Tell you, I can't do it. I was about to do a Trump again. It's not, folks, tell your union leaders to endorse Biden. You got to vote for Biden. It's a conversation about what they care about. It's about them. And I'm considering trying, no. And that's just one of the many reasons UAW endorsed Biden. Not to mention his administration's absolutely incredible record on labor rights and labor advocacy. We're seeing a union revival in the United States, in part because of that work being done. We're seeing actual advances in strengthening unions in the country for the first time in a long time. And that's why Biden is correctly seen by people properly paying attention as the most pro-union president in modern American history. I also wanted to show you this. Sean Fain went into the Lion's Den, Fox News, and calmly but precisely walked through why he doesn't support Trump.
You know, in 2015, he talked about doing a rotation of good paying jobs in the Midwest, somewhere where they'd pay less and have people begging for their jobs back at lower wages. You know, in 19, also in 15, when Volkswagen workers voted to organize, he put an NLRB in place that killed the organizing, the contract for those workers. You know, in 19, when he was president, he didn't support the strike. He told workers at Lordstown Assembly Plant, which was closing, don't sell your houses, and then he did nothing to support them. You know, versus President Biden, who in 2023, when a plant was going to close in Belvedere, Illinois for Stellantis, he stood with those workers. He helped us save a community and helped bring not one plant, but 2 plants back to life. And he stood with our members on the picket line in our fight for economic justice.
So with Trump's criminal trials, with campaign season for Biden actually picking up, with Biden's economic recovery and these economic indicators that look really good, sort of impacting people's lives as time goes on and people feeling that, with endorsements like this and with fact-based advocates like myself and many others, I think we're going to see a slow, steady shift in the polls up until Election Day, and Joe Biden will get reelected. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also become a member at lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That gains you access to the daily bonus show.